What's up, will you?
Okay, you trying to do something different?
No, trying to start mixing it a little bit, keep it fresh for the people. All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, couples? So, me and my wife have been married a long time. We've been married 10 years plus.
Maybe we should number that. How many years have we been married? 12 years.
We've been married 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years together.
Yeah. 16 years together. But
16 years together.
12 years of marriage.
12 years that count. You know, we've been married 12.
Right. All right, whatever.
Because then we, the first years that we weren't married, I was free to do whatever I wanted to do.
In his mind, I know.
I was free to do whatever. So it really don't. I put a ring on it.
I think we both, in our mind, thought we was free to do whatever.
Okay, well, whatever. 12 years married, though.
Right.
Okay, so today we're going to give young couples some advice that's just getting married, some advice of how we got this far, right? And we feel that's important to share with you a few things that helped us get this far. Right. So me and SeMonne was thinking about some of the things that have been real anchors in our marriage,
right?
That really kept us going for those 10 years. And I can realistically say that if these things weren't present, I can't say that we would have made it.
Right.
I don't know if we would have made it if we didn't have these things in our life.
Right.
There are some pivotal moments where it could have ended up in divorce if we didn't have these keys. So we want you to get these keys. All right.
One of them is having positive couples around you. First of all, if you are a couple and you have single friends, that's kind of. I'm not saying you don't have to have single friends. What I'm saying is have more positive couples around you. When me and Tim first moved up here, we never seen young couples married till we moved up here. Like it was everywhere. Like when we got married, we didn't hear about people getting married.
When we got married, we were young, so we didn't hear about other young couples. So it was like an oxymoron to be together. Like, you guys are married? Yeah, we're married. I was even in college and being married, and so it was a lot of single people around me. Right. And single people do single things. Okay. And you could
almost got killed a couple times.
Right. So that's one of the things that helped us stay married 10 years plus is to make sure that you're around positive couples and make sure that you're around positive experienced couples.
Right.
Couples that's been there, done that, and that you can lean to. We made it through some crucial times by having couples that were around us that were 20 years plus say, hey, do this, do that, and we listen to it. So that's an important piece to staying married a long period of time.
And I've noticed when you're around couples that's been through some things and have some wisdom under their belt, they're not quick to judge. Yeah. They're not quick to say, hey, that's not going to work, y'all not going to be together. They have hope when you can't even find hope for yourselves, And so I love being around people that's like that.
All right.
Number two? Number
two is goal alignment. There was a period of time where I was headed this way, SeMonne's headed this way. And it was like a house divided. And so until we sat down and really said, let's align each other's goals, where we both are headed. Let's align that to the point where it's a single voice, it's a single mission in the marriage where I'm not trying to go here and you're not trying to go here. We're holding hands, locked together, marching in the same direction. Right. And so that goal alignment is important, like sitting down, talking to each other each year to say, this is where we're going to go this year, this is where we're going to go this year, this is where we're going to go this year. And there's no separateness in that. There's no separate thing. You go do your thing and I go do my thing. We're going to march together.
Right. And you'll find comfort in that. When there's moments I just don't feel like doing something, Tim like, come on, babe, that's our goal because we're doing it together. So he is my rock when I'm feeling weak, and I am his rock when he's feeling weak.
Yes.
Versus me trying to figure it all out by myself alone. You know,
Yeah.
so I really appreciate that. Thank you. Number 3.
Number 3, cut out the fat. All right. So a lot of times in marriage, there's things that's going to help your marriage, and there's things that's not going to help your marriage. And it's important for you to recognize the things that's hurting your marriage, that's not helping you. If it's just there, it's a dead weight and it's going to weigh on your marriage. So start to cut those things out of your life. And we recognize in our marriage, as we've been older, that we were both involved with things that had nothing to do with our growth process.
Right.
That there were some things in my life that I was doing. And let me give you an example of that. Is that I used to watch a lot of pornography in the early parts of our relationship. And I recognize that is that helping or hurting my marriage, right? Me looking at other women, is that helping or hurting us? And what I found out is that it's hurting me because it's adding a lot of unneeded restraints to my wife that she has to live up to. And so early on in the marriage, I recognized that, was able to cut it out, and our marriage was able to grow from that point. And there's been other things. I used to drink, a lot. I used to stay away from home a lot. And those were extra things that I was doing that was not necessary to us growing together as a unit.
Right.
So cut out the fat. Find areas in your life that is not helping you, that's not pushing you forward, that's not helping you grow together, and cut those areas out. A lot of things even that I called necessary, I come to find out that they weren't that necessary.
Right.
That it was causing put a damper on my marriage. I used to like to help people a lot, and me helping people a lot had me away from the home a lot. And so I found out that takes away from, I can't help somebody if I'm hurting in my marriage. So I found out how to cut those things out. I used to say yes to everything, right? So when I said yes to everything, I had to do in response to those things. And I found out how to say no. Saying no cut out a lot of extra stuff that I would add on unnecessarily to this marriage. And so some things we don't have to go through that we just take on anyway.
Right.
4.
Number 4 is responsibility. Responsibility. Own it, like basically taking ownership over your actions and your choices, and what you just taking ownership,
Yeah, and that's huge for me, because I wouldn't have got through this 10 years of 12 years of marriage. I wouldn't have got through the 12 years if SeMonne didn't take responsibility for things. If she was always dependent on me, we would have failed in a lot of areas. But there were some areas that SeMonne stepped up in and said, you know what, I'm going to be responsible for that. I'm going to, I'm not just going to complain about it. I'm going to make sure that changes. And there's been areas of our marriage where I said that I'm not going to just sit here and complain about it and watch it go down there. I think I can make a change. I'll be responsible for that piece, and I'll make sure that ball doesn't drop.
I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I'm gonna cry, baby. No, because I'm just emotional because we're talking about it and we've been through so many things, and we're still together. Like, how many young people do you? Married 12 years, it's uncommon, and I'm just a little emotional right now because I'm just happy that we made it. I'm happy that he never left me.
Yeah.
I'm happy that God covered some things in my life, and I'm happy that God, just grew me up as a person, and I'm happy. Like, I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
I'm sorry, guys, but thank you. You want to recap?
Well, no, we got one more.
Oh, we do?
And I saved this for last. It's not last, it's actually first. The one thing that I can say helped us get through these 10 years is our relationship with God.
Right.
And I'm not pushing God on anybody. I'm not a religious person. One thing that I can say is that God showed us what love is.
Right.
And that without God in our lives, me and SeMonne are individuals of faith that believe in God. Without God in our lives, we wouldn't understand how to love each other.
Right.
And it took God to show us the flaws in ourselves,
right,
in order for us to say, maybe there is some things about me that I can change.
Right.
God taught me how to love. He taught me how to forgive. He taught me how, when I studied His Word in the Bible, it taught me about how to serve and how to become a servant to my wife. And it created a baseline of standard for us to go back to. It created a value system in our life when neither one of us had a value system to go back to. Mm-hmm. It was like, I want to be right, you want to be right, but God's Word gave us a baseline to say, this is the common ground. Right. This is what we can always go back to make sure that we're headed in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So God has been an important thing, and those 5 things, with God being first, has helped us get through the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we want that we wouldn't be effective doing what we do is if you didn't apply these same things in your own life and tell us how you're applying them, how they're helping you get through year 1, year 2, year 3, and we want to hear your testimony. So in order to hear your testimony, hit us up on IWillWillU.com. Hit us up here and let us know some of the things that helped you get to this far in your marriage. And share your testimony so we can share it with others and help out this world, help this world to love each other, help these marriages to stay together. All right, so until the next video.